Are you adopting an adult pooch? Discover 10 tips to train an older dog. Welcoming a four-legged member into the family is always an exciting time. There are differences to consider between adopting an older dog and getting a young pup. An older dog will probably have lived in a previous house and spent time at a rescue center, so it can take a little time for them to get used to their new home and routines. Don't worry. There are lots of things you can do to help your adult doggo settle into your home and support their training. Did you know you can teach an adult dog new tricks? Doggos over 7 are generally considered to be senior dogs, depending on their breed. But there are still many happy years you can spend together. The average life expectancy of a dog is around 12 years. Smaller breeds tend to live longer than large breeds. Whether you're adopting from a rehoming center or taking on a friend's doggo, giving an older pooch a new home is sure to benefit you both as your friendship grows. Older dogs have established personalities and, hopefully, should also understand some basic cues such as sit, as well as being house-trained. However, as they're in a new home with new routines and different expectations, it's important to support your doggo with some training. Dogs can learn at any age. They are constantly learning, so you can teach an old dog new tricks. Training is important at any age. In fact, adult dogs may be easier to train than puppies, as they tend to have more self-control and concentration. Training your dog throughout life keeps them mentally stimulated and can further strengthen your bond. 10 tips to train your older doggo. Tip 1. Establish a routine for your new dog. Teaching your pooch when to expect meals, toilet breaks, exercise, play, and bedtime is key so that they can start to learn your routine and know what happens during the day. Regular exercise is an important part of this routine. Consider your pooch's age and the intensity of exercise they need. Ask your vet if you're unsure. More frequent, shorter walks may be more suitable for an older adult pooch. You could also consider taking your dog somewhere they can swim, as this is a great low-impact form of exercise. Tip 2. Give your dog time to adjust. Remember to give your dog some space to get used to their new home. They might want some time in a quiet space as they get used to their new surroundings. Make sure that they have an area or doggy den set up in your home where they can go and rest undisturbed. Create a comfy bed with blankets. Have a water bowl close by and leave some toys nearby. If you are using a crate, some dogs also like a blanket over the top of their crate to make them feel more secure. It's also worth watching your dog to see if there's another area of the house that they choose to spend time in. This may be their preferred spot and an ideal place for their bed. Tip 3. Support your pooch with Adaptil. Wherever you create a den for your doggo, consider plugging in an Adaptil calm diffuser to help them stay calm and adapt to their new home. This will also support them through any new situations that they might encounter at home, such as being home alone, loud noises, or visitors. Tip 4. Toilet training. Most adult pooches are already toilet trained. However, as part of their introduction to their new home, make it clear to them where you want them to toilet, as you would with a puppy. Take them outside regularly. For example, after eating or drinking, play or exercise. Reward them as soon as they have toileted outside. Get to know the signs that they would like to go. It may be sniffing on the ground, or turning in a circle, or even moving towards the door. When you see a sign, take them outside, praising and rewarding them when they perform. Tip 5. professional training. Consider taking your pooch to a training class. It's a great way to reinforce some basic cues, brush up on loose leash walking, and help your dog to socialize with other dogs and people in a safe environment. Check out your local dog trainers, who will be able to get your training together off to a great start. If your dog has any difficulties with basic cues or has behavioral problems, seek advice and support from a qualified behaviorist. Your vet, or the rehoming center your dog came from, will be able to direct you. It is important that your dog is checked by a vet in case there's an underlying medical issue. Tip 6. Train together regularly. Schedule regular training sessions with your pooch. It is great time spent together, can strengthen your bond, and helps you to understand each other better. Sessions do not need to be long. 10 minutes can work well. Do the training when both you and your pooch are calm and when there are minimal distractions. Remember that it may take more repetition for an older dog to learn new things than when training with a younger dog. The good news is that your dog will probably have a longer attention span than a puppy. This means more time to practice before they become distracted. Tip 7. Be patient. Be patient with your pooch. Your new pal might need a few sessions before they learn something new. Be understanding and know that repetition is essential. Try training in different places once they have mastered at-home training. Ensure you're consistent with house rules from the start. Everyone in your household also needs to stick to these rules so that your dog can understand what is expected of them. For example, is your dog allowed on the sofa or not? Having different rules with different members of the family will confuse your pooch. Make sure that everyone uses the same cue words too. This makes it easy for your dog to understand how they should act. Tip 8. Never punish your pooch. Using positive reinforcement training is the best way to train your dog. It also helps build a stronger relationship between you. Use tasty treats, praise, or something special that you know your pooch enjoys to reward them for good behavior and making the right choices. This will help them to learn that doing the right thing gets positive results, which encourages them to repeat this good behavior. You may need to try different things to find out what their favorite rewards are. The rescue center or the person they used to live with may also be able to shed light on the best incentives for your pooch. It's important that you never punish your dog, as this will damage your relationship with them, as well as confuse them. Tip 9. Mix it up. Training time spent learning new things can be fun for you and your dog. Try different training activities with them. You could introduce a scent game to get them using their nose. Or consider filming yourself during training. This can also be a great way to see how you're doing, recording your growing friendship. Tip 10. Build a bond with your pawsome pal. Building a bond with your adopted adult pooch is particularly important. Remember that they may have been left at a rehoming center or were raised without much attention from previous owners. If possible, find out their background so that you can build a picture. They may have a fear of something, or they may have trust issues that you need to be aware of. Welcome them into their new home. And make sure you spend lots of time together with plenty of playtime, relaxation, grooming, and exercise. This will help strengthen your bond and make them more likely to respond positively to training. Regularly reward them for doing the things that you ask them to do, such as settling during quiet time, coming whenever called, or walking on a loose leash.